Hello, everyone. Welcome to my classroom. I'm Neetu Ann Thomas, working as an assistant professor in the Department of Civil Engineering, SNIT Adur. I am teaching Professional Communication HUN 102 for first year S2 KTU BTech students. So today we are going to deal with the topic reading. So what is reading? What are the techniques for reading? All of it. So reading, as you know, it's a mental process. There is many a definition for reading. It is when someone looks into a written text and starts to absorb the information from the written linguistic message. Right. Or it can be said that perceiving a written text in order to understand its contents, or saying a written text aloud. This can be done with or without understanding the concept. So these are the different ways in which you can define reading as. So now we're going to deal with the techniques or styles of reading. What are the different techniques or styles for reading? First one, scanning. So, scanning through the text is a reading strategy that is used for getting some specific points by looking at the whole text. For highlighting the important points of a book, the readers can skim through the summary or the preface or the beginning and the end chapters of that book. For example, this technique is used to look up a name from the telephone guidebook. Hope you understood it. Simply getting some specific points from the whole text. There'll be one full paragraph from which we need to get some words or answers of a question. So we scan through those paragraphs. So that is scanning. Secondly, it is skimming. So this reading technique is used for getting the gist of the whole text read. We generally use this technique at the time of reading a newspaper or magazine. Under this technique, we read quickly to get the main points and skip over the detail. It is useful in getting a preview of a passage before reading it in detail, or reviewing understanding of a passage after reading it in detail. So skimming is nothing but getting the gist of the whole text, that is only understanding or only reading through or quickly getting to the main points but not going in detail. That is skimming. Next is active reading style. So, active reading aims to get an in depth understanding of the text. Under this technique, the reader actively involves with the text while reading it. Getting in depth knowledge of the text at hand is not possible by reading to skim through or scan through the text. So, we'll know the in depth knowledge about the text only if we actively read the passage. Okay, so that is active reading style. Fourth one is detailed reading. So what is detailed reading? This technique is used for extracting information accurately from the whole text. Under this technique, we read every word for understanding the meaning of the text. In this careful reading, we can skim the text first for getting a general idea, then go back and read in detail. We can use a dictionary to find the meaning of every unfamiliar word. So in detailed reading, we'll be knowing exactly the meaning of every word in the paragraph. So that is detailed reading. Next is speed reading. Okay. Speed reading is actually a combination of various reading methods. The aim of speed reading is basically to increase the reading speed without compromising the understanding of the text. So at the same time, we'll understand the text and also we'll read it fastly in order to complete it. It is a combination of many styles that has been discussed earlier. Right. Next one is structure proposition evaluation. So, this is an interesting reading technique suggested by Mortimer Alder in his book How to Read a Book. This reading technique is mainly applicable to non-fiction writing. So, that's why I told it's an interesting reading technique. Right, another style, or the last one I could say is survey, question, read, recite, review. So this method aims to facilitate a clear understanding of the text that the reader would be able to teach whatever he has learned during the process of reading. So hope you're clear with the different reading styles. So next we are dealing with speed reading in detail. So what is speed reading, how to speed read, etc. So speed reading is the process of rapidly recognizing and absorbing phrases or sentences on a page at once rather than identifying individual words. Right? So how to speed read? All speed reading techniques have one thing in common. You avoid pronouncing and hearing each word in your head as you read it, a process known as sub-vocalization. Instead, you skim lines or groups of words as you can understand words more quickly than you can say them. Right? So, the pronouncing and hearing each word will be less in case of speed reading. So, there are three methods to boost your speed reading. That is the pointer method. So the pointer method is also called as hand pacing. Okay, so it is sweeping a finger along the line as one reads. That is what usually people do while speed reading. We point our fingers to the lines and do fast reading, right? Sweeping a finger along a line. That is a pointer method. Second one is the tracker and pacer method. So what is tracker and pacer method? This is a variant of the pointer method where you hold a pen with its cap on and underline or track each line as you read it, keeping your eye above the tip of the pen. So the pointer method was you put your finger and do the line reading. The track and pacer method is you use a pen with a cap on it and underline or track each line as you keep reading it. Right. Now, that is speed reading methods. Third one is the scanning method. So scanning involves moving your eyes quickly down the page, often down the center, and identifying specific words and phrases as you go. You won't read every word, but your eye will land on what is important to allow you to grasp the basic idea, right? So the scanning method is using your eyes, the track and pacer method is using your pen and the cap, and the pointer method is using your fingers. Hope it is clear. This is all about speed reading. So that's all for the day. Hope the discussed portions are clear for you. Thank you.